Well, here we are ready for Unit 3 already in our panels course. This is a fairly simple, straightforward unit. Uh, Two of the most important things for interpretive panels to have is a theme. A theme is the one thing that, by gosh, nothing else, people are going to remember from that panel. And generally the way it works is we try to have one theme for all of the panels that a park might have or a historic site might have. So if a historic site has 15 panels, what we like is for all 15 panels to illustrate one theme, just in different examples. A theme is a complete sentence, and it might be something like new technologies in farming eliminated the need for farm hands and increased monetary benefits for the farmer. And then you might have 5 or 6 different panels or stops on your farm tour that shows how that statement is true. The other most important thing for the panels are the learning, behavioral, and emotional objectives the panel is supposed to accomplish. Learning objectives are things like a majority of people can describe 3 ways pioneers use native plants in creating their dyes. Behavioral objective might be for them to look for and be able to find the wildflowers or the plants that were used in making the dyes, and not picking them, of course, but just being able to find and recognize them. Another behavior might be to try doing some dyeing of natural wool themselves if they want to try spinning and using natural dyes. Emotional objectives really falls around the photographs and the graphics that we use, as well as the intangibles we use in interpretive writing. So the learning objective, behavioral objective, and emotional objectives that we write for each panel really determine what graphics we use, what vocabulary we use, what kind of research we need to do, and how we write and design and lay out the entire panel. And in this unit, I've sent you some examples of some different panels that illustrate that as well. And so your goal for this particular unit is to write a theme and objectives for a panel or some panels that you would like to do at your site, and that you might want to work on throughout the rest of the course to help you actually develop a model or a pilot project for an interpretive panel. I'm also going to send you, attached to this unit, some interpretive graphic standards, so you can see what the graphic standards are for interpretive panels internationally, as well as graphic standards we did for the Army Corps of Engineers. So I think you'll have a lot to do with this unit, and we'll start building up your library. I'll give you some readings from my textbooks as well, and we'll start thinking about themes and objectives for interpretive panels. And when you're all done with that, then we'll move you on to Unit 4.